Hi everybody, welcome to New Poppy Cooks. Yeah, yay. It's another cold, bitterly cold, snowy day here in New Jersey. So we're gonna do a little bit more baking today, but this time something more savory. So we're gonna make a focaccia. Yeah, everybody loves focaccia, right? Maybe not. All right, so if you make this, let us know what you think. All right, thank you. Okay, to start, you need 1 3/4 cups of warm water. Check that temperature. You want it between 110 and 120 degrees, so that's perfect. To which I dissolve 1 tablespoon of granulated sugar. I know, you're gonna say I don't want my focaccia to be sweet, but it won't. It will not affect the flavor of the focaccia at all. What it does, it puts the yeast into hyper overdrive. So what you wanna do is then add 1 packet or 2.5 teaspoons of active dry yeast. Give that a stir, and you're going to wait till this activates. It takes about 5 minutes. You're going to see it is going to bloom like crazy. This is what makes the focaccia super airy, big, flaky, and delicious. That little addition of the sugar. All right, so now we wait. Now that the yeast is ready, in your bowl you want to put 5 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 tablespoon of salt, about 1/3 of a cup of olive oil, and then you're going to pour your yeast mixture in. All right, so you're going to mix this on low until it's fully incorporated, and then you're going to want to speed it up a little bit. You're only going to mix it for about 5 minutes. You want to make sure your dough is nice and smooth. If it's a little bit sticky, just add a little bit of flour. Do it like a teaspoon at a time, and that's it. Once your dough is ready, knead it on the counter for a couple times, give it a couple slaps. Then you want to put it into a bowl with some olive oil, about a tablespoon and a half. Coat both sides. All right. Then you want to cover it, and then you're going to want to put it in a warm spot to let it rise for at least an hour or so. You want to make sure it gets doubled in size. You want to make sure it gets to the top of the bowl. Yeah, now we wait. Okay, so I've actually let this dough rise for almost 2 hours. Look at the size of it. Remember how little it was? It was like that big. Now it's actually almost tripled in size. So I have a foil lined half sheet tray. This makes a big focaccia. So you're gonna need a big pan for this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pour some olive oil on the bottom of this pan. And I'm gonna take out the dough carefully. The dry side is going to go on the bottom, and then you're going to flip it right onto this tray. So what you want to do is you want to spread this out. You can beat this up. It kind of feels like wet gum. And what you want to do is you want to get it right to the edges. Get it right to all the edges, and then we're going to wrap this up, and then we're going to let it sit for 1 more hour to rise again. And then it's going to be ready for the oven. Woohoo! Okay, so once you allowed it to rise the second time, now it's ready for your toppings. So we're going to drizzle with a little bit more olive oil. Yes, you like a lot of olive oil on a good focaccia. All right, and we're going to top with some salt, kosher salt if you got it, some rosemary. So rosemary really brings out the flavor of focaccia. You want to sprinkle that all over. And then we're going to do some thin sliced Vidalia onion. This is going to make it really nice too. You could do some decorative things with vegetables, like I've seen all over the internet, but nobody has time for that. You want to eat. You don't want to just make it a work of art, right? It's nice that it looks pretty, but seriously, no. You want this to be delicious. And this one will. All right, so once you finish doing all your toppings, you're going to put this into a preheated 425-degree oven for about 25 to 30 minutes, or until the whole thing is golden brown. All right, and that's it. Let's see how it comes out. In case you're wondering what it was going to look like before I put it in the oven, now I finished putting all the toppings on it. So now it's ready for the oven. Remember what I said, 425 degrees for 25 to 30 minutes. It's going to be so amazing. Your house is going to smell glorious. Okay, this has been in the oven for about 10 minutes. Look how big it's gotten already. Oh, the house smells glorious. Soon, Lulu, soon. So this actually only took 22 minutes to cook, and look at it. Oh, how golden it is. Onions are just cooked. They're not burnt, I swear. But oh my gosh, it looks amazing, and it smells so good. Now Lulu's ready for it, right? Yeah. Yum. We gotta let this cool before we slice it. So we've given it some time to cool. And I cut the first piece. Look how light and airy it is. Perfectly cooked on the bottom. Oh, so good. Can't wait till my first bite. Mmm. Oh, so delicious. Light and flavorful. And just so good. Lulu, I'm sorry. This one has onion on it. You can't have it. Sorry. All for me. Yeah. Mmm.